Hi guys, it's MummaOz here, and today we are just building BubbaOz a swimming pool in the back garden. So here we are. You can see that I started off by putting these lovely foam tiles together, so that's just going to protect his feet under the pool. And the first thing that we're supposed to do is lay out all the parts. So I've put the liner out, I'm just popping all the poles out, and just so you know, I got everything off of Amazon, really easy to get it ordered and delivered. I will try and put links in the description. So once it's all laid out, at one point I thought I had too many poles, but it soon comes together. Once you start to put it together, obviously it all works itself out. So really, really easy to put this pool together. If you're just looking for a simple one-man sort of job, this is a really good one. It's an 8-foot pool, and all these pipes literally click together. So easy. Hardest part here is actually sliding them into those pockets. Just to do with the material, quite a lot of friction there. So the last one as well clicks together really, really easily. Thought it might be a bit fiddly, but it wasn't. Next step, you just put these feet on. They slide really easily into the bottom, and then it's just a case of sliding the legs into the liner and just clicking them in place. They don't click together the first time, they're not quite the right angle. It says to do every third, but because of the size of the pool, I've gone with every other. And once they're all getting up into place, you can see I'm just going around clicking them together, and that's it. That is a pool built. It took less than half an hour, and next it was just time to fill it up. So there's my super duper extendable hose, and or expanding hose rather. It expands when the tap's turned on, so it's great. So now that that's filling up, time to do a pump, because once this is all filled up, I'm hoping to not need to refill it too often at all. So pump's going to keep that water nice and clean for me, and I've got some chlorine tablets I'll be putting in once we're ready to go to use the pool, which isn't quite yet. The weather's not quite perfect for it just at the moment. So here I am. It took me quite a while to figure out this pump. It wasn't the pump itself, it's just getting these tubes to stay on. So the clips that it comes with are actually really loose. Even now they're not looking like they're going to hold much in place. It's more to do with just having to force those tubes into position, and it just took a little while. I thought I could try and get these clips to close completely if I just cut off the little bit of plastic that was stopping them from closing all the way. That doesn't help in the slightest. So once I reread these instructions, figured it out, I've managed to wedge the pipes into the right place and then put the clips on. Again, they're not really doing much there, if I'm honest, but you know, makes me feel better thinking I followed the instructions. It'll either work or it won't. So if for any reason this all falls apart, I will come back and update you guys. But that's it. That's the pump put into place. So next it's to do a cover. This cover didn't come with any instructions, so now you get to see the joy of me desperately trying to put a cover on one-handed. It doesn't work. So next I call BubbaOz to give me a hand. Out he comes, and even with two of us, it just keeps sliding off. Bless him, he did end up hurting his feet, so he disappeared off and left me to it. I then realised that it did come with these bits of string and pegs, so if I would peg aside and go around like that, maybe that would work. So that is in the end the way to do it. But even that isn't foolproof. You'll see one of the pegs pings straight off and wonderfully put a nice bit of dirt into the pool. But never mind, we got there in the end. As you can see, just because of how fiddly it was, it almost took as long as building the pool to get the cover sorted. I just wanted to make sure that lots of stuff wasn't starting to get in the pool before it's even set up and ready to go. So there we are, we've got water already on the cover where it fell in, but that's it. Cover is on and it's quite secure. It actually comes with one less peg than needed, so I've ended up getting a piece of string to tie it into place on that bit there to stop it, because you can see it was quite a windy day, so windy it's knocked the camera out of position. So final thing for me to do today was to build the steps for the pool. I know that we're not going to use them, and as a safety thing, you must make sure that you don't keep the steps near the pool when it's not in use, just in case any children are going to use them when you're not around. So they will stay in the shed, but I thought let's get them built now, and it's one less thing to worry about. So relatively easy, but I did have a few points that where things went a little bit wrong. So you just put these plastic clips on and then slide the steps into place. Unfortunately, when I was doing the second side, that first step goes into place really well, but the next one, as I slide the step on, one of the clips shifted. So now the one clip is secure and the other clip is not at all. So it's really hard to take off the clips once they're locked in. So you can see that's me struggling with the scissors to try and lift it out. Takes a little while. I do finally manage to do it, but I will just say, if you get these steps, just really go slowly when you're putting those steps down. Next, it's just putting it all together. I eventually figure out it's going to be much easier to do if I put it on a flat surface, so I'm going to move off of the grass shortly, and I go to put a screw in to just hold it in place, but then realise that that's not going to help me out at all. So this bit here was a bit fiddly, and I will just say you must check the screw sizes. I missed completely in the instructions. Oh, the camera's about to go, the wind's about to blow over. But I missed in the instructions that there are slightly different lengths to these screws. They're all together in one bag. So I did end up having to remove the screws to find the one. I was only missing one of the shorter screws to use on the top part. Longer screws on the bottom, shorter screws on the top. End up getting the electric screwdriver just to give me a hand. But yeah, other than that, they're actually relatively simple to put together, just a bit fiddly when you're doing it on your own. But there we go. That's pretty much all done. The wind's going to blow the camera over one more time, and I'm going to move it just so you can see the final bit. But yeah, I will put the links in the comments, links in the description, and I can let you guys know how it goes.